Hello traders, very good morning and welcome to today's live market profile in order flow trade analysis by Tradeducation. We are at episode 182 and before I share today's analysis, I would just like to go through a quick disclaimer that trading involves substantial risk and is not suitable for all investors. Also, the information which I'm sharing is for educational purposes only and cannot be used for any trade related activity. Okay, let's look at what happened yesterday. Let's study and analyze the auction development path yesterday and what can be the potential auction development paths for today. Okay, so we are just 5 minutes before the market open. So what I'll do is, from the daily chart, we are clearly seeing that the sellers are winning, and now we need to see whether we see continuation to the downside with the target of the 200 EMA. Okay, volumes are increasing, prices are decreasing. So today we just need to observe what's happening. So this was the balance which I shared. What I'll do is I'll just add the data points of the yesterday's auction. Okay, so now let me remove all this stuff. So this is the balance low. So I'm considering this as a 2-day balance, and today I'll be seeing, because if you see the auction closed around the VPOC, this is the VPOC of the 2-day balance. Auction is closed around the VPOC. Now what I'm expecting is whether the auction opens above VPOC, so whether we see continuation to the upside, and this will be the reference point where I'll be seeing whether we have continuation or whether we have a failure. Okay, this is first auction development path. Second auction development path which I'm seeing is somewhat I'm expecting now to have a sideways development, because what happened is one day, I think Monday we had a big downfall. Tuesday we tried to reach higher. Wednesday again we had one more downfall. Okay, so if you see, Monday sellers were in control, Tuesday buyers were in control, yesterday, that is Wednesday, again sellers were in control. So today I'm expecting some sort of balancing movement within this 3-day balance. Okay, so that's the overall expectation of what I'm looking at, and these are the three references which I'll be monitoring. Okay, there are a couple of HVNs which I'm looking at, and if you see, these are the zones, buying zones, which I marked, and that's where exactly buyers came in, and then the auction just reversed. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let's quickly jump to the market profile chart. Let's just study the auction. So now the reference will be the low of yesterday. Now there is one more reference level. So these are strong buying zones. Second reference is the high. So this high is also weaker because it's exactly around this spike high. So let's look at if there are any anomalies. So there are a couple of anomalies. So this is one, and then this is second, and this is third. Okay, so this is cleared, this is cleared, this is also cleared. Okay, so we have got one anomaly. Overall, if you see, we have a sort of a double distribution. This is the first distribution, this is the upper distribution, and this is the lower distribution. No good access around the highs and lows. So what I'm expecting is the auction to open. So the reference will be this single print zone. If the auction opens around yesterday's close, I'm expecting some sort of rejection, and then see further continuation to the downside. Okay, this is the first auction development path. Second auction development path which I'm seeing is the auction opens above the single print zone. This acts as a level of support, and then we see continuation to the higher side. This is the second auction development path. And third is just some sideways development. Okay, so the auction will begin in a couple of seconds, and let's see which way the auction opens. So auction will open in next 30 seconds, but I'm expecting the first auction development path, wherein it will open around the close, and I'm expecting it to go lower. That is the overall expectation. Sorry, I'm going a bit fast, but I started a bit late, so that's why I'm going a bit fast. So I'm expecting sellers to again win today. So let's see which way the auction develops. Okay, so auction has opened with a gap down. So let me remove all this. Now the reference shifts to the yesterday's low. This is where, again, strong buyers are present. So this reference is nothing but, I'll just shift. Okay, this is the single print zone of 4th of August. This is that reference zone, and this is also a point of control. So if you see, this was a good trending day on 4th of August, where the auction is one time frame higher. Okay, so I'm expecting buyers from 4th of August to come in again and protect the positions. Okay, so overall the auction is open with a good confidence, high confidence selling with a gap down, and now the auction is just trying to go lower. So I'll be expecting what is happening at this reference point. Let me minimize this. Okay, so 3000 contracts traded. We are still 3 minutes to go. Good negative momentum going on, and sellers. So this was again a support zone. So these have been cleared. So I'll just remove those zones. Negative delta 70,000. Yeah. So let's just see if there is any exhaustion scheme or not. So 4,000 contracts traded. Good confidence selling, high confidence selling going on. Let me look at the volume profile chart, and it is open around the balance, below the balance, low of the balance. So it means that something has changed in the auction. Okay, and we are just a couple of points away from the 200 EMA. So let's just sit and wait patiently, not to do anything. If sellers are strong, let just sit and wait patiently, because now I'm expecting buyers to step in, because since last 3 days there is a good fight going on, and today the auction is opened with a big gap down. 5,000 contracts already traded. Delta is just 500, minus 500, negative delta. So I'm expecting buyers to step in and first to try to fill this gap. So right now a good trade location. So let me just look at the order flow numbers. Yeah, so good trade location right now is you can take a long, keeping your stop loss around today's low, with the target of filling this gap. That is a quick scalp trade. Odds are low that it will happen, but it will happen not today but tomorrow. But this is a good trade location which I'm seeing, because it just reached below this reference point, and then it is just developing sideways. So that is one trade plan which I'm seeing, trade location which I'm seeing. So we can take a long trade, keeping your stop loss below today's low and target of the gap which is created. Also, if you look from the psychology perspective, those who went long yesterday, might have seen that the market has opened with a big gap down, so they would be booking their positions, their losses. Also, those who went short yesterday, they would also be booking their positions. So a lot of short-term money or trading money is playing. If you see, volume is okay. I think this, if it's about 10,000, then it means it's a good volume. But right now it's just 7,000, 8,000 volume is what I'm expecting. So here there are low volume. This is where maximum volumes are there, this zone. And here also there are pretty low volume. Okay, so you should be out of that trade which I shared, the long scalp trade. So first 5-minute candle, 7,300 contracts traded. Good shift in delta happening. Look at the tempo which is coming in. So this is showcasing that there's a lot of fear going on, and small time players or intraday players, they're just booking their positions. Big good tempo coming in. So these are the liquidity zones. So I'll just look at the volume of the current 5-minute candle. So a lot of momentum sellers, momentum selling happening. Also today there is a webinar by Jim Dalton. I think it's good. So apart from my videos, you can also check Jim Dalton's website. He's got very good webinars or public webinars, which is completely free. So I'll be watching that webinar tomorrow. Today he's going to discuss about mentoring, how the importance of mentoring. Last webinar was on reputation. So good push from the sellers, good gap down opening, high confidence selling happening. I'm expecting sellers to continue to the downside. So 6,000 volume, 5,900, but 6,000 will be done. So who is selling here and who is buying here? It's what I'm thinking right now. What is the emotions, or what is the psychology going through? So last 5 minutes there were 6,000 contracts. Early before that 7,000 contract. Good volume flow. So let's see, what happens now. Let's just look at, where is this trading. So if you study this price action, this is where, strong buying came in. I'm expecting buyers to, protect today's auction. This low shouldn't be tagged. Okay, so this is the low of 4th of August. So I'm expecting that low shouldn't be tagged. I'm expecting buyers to step in and they should take the auction higher. So that's the overall outcome. So today my trade setup is for the long side. Let me see this auction. It opened and then the market just fell. Okay, that's fine. So this selling was countered by this buying. So again, I'm expecting buyers to step in. One single print zone here. There is one more single print zone here. One more single print zone here. So we have a good access. So just mark those zones and I'll just measure the confidence. So this is that single print zone. Are there any HPNs? Yeah, there is an HPN here, but it's too far. Delta is now turning flat, trying to tag the VWAP. So let's just study the volume. So yesterday night, Nitish, I'm not able to understand your comment. What do you mean by yesterday night? So sellers are still stepping in. Oh, Jim Dalton's webinar was yesterday night. Oh, okay. Yeah, I keep on forgetting the dates. The issue with me is I'm working from home, so I don't know what date is today. It's just the normal routine since last 5 months, from bedroom to bathroom to drawing room. So good selling activity coming in. But volume is decreasing now. It will be around 3,000. So sellers might be getting exhausted. Okay, 3,500, good volume. And if you see the delta is trying to close in a bullish sentiment. So now what I'll do is I'll keep a reference of this low and this high. Based on the breakout, that's where a good trade setup is getting established for the long trade. The low is getting broken, then you can take a short. High is getting broken, you can take a long. Okay. So right now there will be some choppiness action happening. Let the market chop. Now if you see, the delta has turned positive. Okay, so showcasing some signs that now buyers are stepping in, but this can also be a trap. So just wait and watch. You just have to wait and watch. Here it's tagged the VWAP and then it is getting rejected. So one touch, two touch. Let's see. Delta is just flat. So a lot of mixed signals happening. When such signals come in, it's better just to stay away and not to trade. Another thing, which I'd like to share based on my experiences, even though I'm an intraday trader, I don't trade every day. For some of you, it would be a bit surprising that, being an intraday, you have to trade every day. That's not the case for me. I only trade when I see the setup, and based on that, I take the trade. So I always look at assessing the risk. Based on the risk, and based on the setup and based on the confidence. So there are a lot of multiple factors. When they are, in line or in sync, that's when I trade, or else I'll just stay away. So right now, for instance, I know that the buyers are stepping in, but there's a lot of confusion, so I'm not confident. So that's why I'm just staying away. Okay, so see, buyers are stepping in now. So shortcomings, yes, shortcomings are possible, or short covering rally is also possible. So now the high is broken. So now good trade setup of going long. Delta has turned positive. So what you can do is you can go long, keeping a stop loss at this level, that is 10,973, with the target of filling this gap. Okay, so that's the trade setup which I have, and let's see, what happens. So with that, I would like to end today's session. And being an expiry day today, some choppiness action, or I'm expecting some. I was earlier expecting some balancing, but I don't think that balancing will be happening. I'll be looking whether the gap is getting filled or not. Okay, so let's catch up again tomorrow, and happy and safe trading. Bye for now. Thank you.